Hi, this is Joseph Tan here from goodmonday.com. Today we're going to focus on anger resolution, how to overcome hurts and irritations. Now, hurts and irritations come about because we do not take the responsible step to initiate a courageous conversation. A special word of thanks to Chris Hogan for this material is adapted from his Courageous Conversations website. Now, responsibility is knowing and doing what is expected of me. Many times we have anger, there are unresolved conflicts because we are constantly waiting for the other party to make the first move. We are constantly waiting for the other party to apologize. Whereas responsibility is about taking initiative and doing what is expected of me, regardless of what the other party is and is not going to do. So we are going to talk about responsibility from the angle of having the courage to hold heart-to-heart conversations. Heart-to-heart meaningful conversations is foundational in resolving any conflicts. It is just not a matter of chit-chat. It is an engaging conversation. Now, how do you have an engaging conversation and have the courage to do so? There are 3 steps that are involved. The first step is ask this question: what is your most pressing issue? When you are face to face with someone whom you are in conflict, begin by saying very humbly, this is how I understand the issue to be. Did I get it right? What is the most pressing issue? You will find that at the root of most intense feelings that people have, there is usually a fear of failure. There could be some incidents in the past that caused them to have this feeling of inadequacy. And this feeling of inadequacy often expresses itself in negative emotions. So probe a little bit deeper. Or there could be feelings of rejection. They may have tried something similar in the past, or there might be similar circumstances in the past which have caused them to have these feelings of rejection. Other people may have rejected them before, and since this situation looks the same, they might then have some intense negative feelings. So fear of failure and rejection could be at the root cause of those emotions. So probe a little bit further, and it is very important that when you're asking for what is the most pressing issue, that you empathize and not criticize. I remember talking to a young person about several issues, but at the end of the day, the root cause was loneliness. This person feared not being able to make friends, the fear of rejection. So initially, there could be a lot of smoke screens, so to speak, but if you keep asking this question long enough, what is your most pressing issue? What are you most worried about? You will usually be able to come to that one main item. And it is to your benefit to focus only on one issue at a time. Secondly, ask this very humbling question: what do you see as my responsibility in this issue? Obviously, when you are engaged in a conversation, it is not wise to pass the buck. It is not wise to blame, because there is a high cost of not doing anything. Any conversation that is courageous must lead to something being done. So if nothing is being done, then the conflict deepens and the hurt becomes deeper. So do have this attitude that there must be something that I can do, because if I don't do anything, there is a high cost that is associated with it. So although your part of the responsibility could only be 5% or 10%, but show a willingness to be humble and acknowledge what you can do in resolving the conflict. Now, this helps to build a bridge of trust, because people react to others who are not willing to correct themselves first. So by showing a willingness to correct yourself first, you are actually building a bridge of trust. Now, this third question here might seem as a surprise, but it is logical. The third question here is this: how do you see as your responsibility in this issue, as this question is directed to the other person, and you ask the other person, now, what do you think is your responsibility? This is important because no one should play the victim role. If you yourself keep taking on responsibility and the other party does not do his part, then he plays the victim role, and nobody gains at the end of the day, because without ownership, conflict resolution is not possible. So don't let the other party just go scot-free. Once you have owned up to your responsibility, you must also ask the other party, what is your responsibility? So what are the 3 steps here in practicing the character quality of responsibility? Number 1 is ask, what is your most pressing issue? You might want to paraphrase it. Say it a few times until the other person really get it and both of you understand what is the most pressing issue. Remember, focus on only one issue at a time. Number 2, ask the question, what do you see as my responsibility? Take initiative to be humble by acknowledging your part of the deal first. Then you can ask the other person, what do you see as your responsibility? Then together we can work something out. So in overcoming anger, hurts and irritations, on a daily basis we must look for opportunity in initiating a courageous conversation. Talk about it before people start walking out on each other. Think about it. This is Joseph Tan here from goodmonday.com.